Your dog follows you to the bathroom, waits by the door for hours, sleeps pressed against your legs like you might disappear. You call that love, and it is. But here's what most people miss: loyalty isn't just a feeling your dog has for you. It's a measurable, observable pattern of behaviors. And when you actually rank dogs by those behaviors, not by reputation, not by popularity, the list looks nothing like what you'd expect. Some breeds you've never considered end up near the top, and the one everyone assumes is number one. It's not even close. If you've ever typed most loyal dog breeds into a search bar, you already know what you are going to find. The same 5 names, the same stock photos, the same vague claims about devotion with zero explanation of what that actually means in daily life. And if you already have a dog, you've probably wondered, is my dog loyal because of who they are or because of who I am to them? That question matters more than most people realize, because loyalty in dogs isn't one thing. It's a cluster of behaviors: proximity seeking, protective alertness, responsiveness to your emotional state, consistency under stress, and something researchers call social referencing, which is the tendency to look to you for guidance in uncertain situations. When you break loyalty down into those specific behaviors, you stop guessing and start seeing. You can actually measure which dogs score high across all 5 categories. And that's exactly what this ranking does. We're not going with internet popularity. We're going with behavioral science. And before we get to number 1, I want you to think about your own dog. Because by the end of this video, you are going to understand your dog's loyalty in a completely different way. Some of what you find will validate everything you already felt. And some of it, honestly, might change the way you see your dog entirely. Let us get into it. So let us establish the framework first, because ranking without criteria is just opinion. We're scoring each dog type across 5 behavioral loyalty markers. Proximity seeking: how consistently does this dog choose to stay physically close to their person? Protective alertness: does the dog monitor threats and position themselves between you and the unknown? Emotional attunement: does the dog respond to your mood, not just your commands? Stress consistency: does loyalty hold under pressure, or does it collapse when the environment gets loud or unpredictable? And social referencing: does the dog look to you before making decisions? Each one matters. A dog who follows you everywhere but shuts down the moment a stranger walks in, that's incomplete loyalty. We want the full picture. Let us start at the lower end of the ranking, not because these dogs aren't loving, but because their loyalty expression is more selective or conditional. Dogs bred for independent work, think livestock guardians and northern sled types, often score high on protectiveness, but low on proximity seeking and social referencing. They were designed to make decisions without human input. That independence looks like aloofness. They love their family, deeply in many cases, but they are not going to shadow you around the house. Their loyalty is territorial and functional. They guard what's theirs, including you, but on their own terms. That distinction matters. Mid-tier on our list are sporting and hunting types. These dogs are incredibly bonded to their handlers in the field, which is a controlled context. High social referencing during a task. But outside that structure, they can redirect that energy toward the environment, smells, movement, other animals. Their attunement is context-dependent. They're loyal when engaged, and wonderfully so. But their baseline isn't Velcro. It's partnership. There's a difference. Now here's where it gets interesting. Herding dogs, the ones bred to manage movement, anticipate behavior, and respond to the subtlest cues, score remarkably high on emotional attunement and social referencing. Watch a dog from a herding lineage in a room full of people. They're not just present. They're tracking. They notice when your energy shifts before you do. They're not just loyal to you as a person. They're loyal to your state. That's a level of attunement that borders on uncanny. And it is not magic. It is centuries of selective breeding for reading and responding to living creatures. That instinct transferred to human relationships produces something that genuinely feels like emotional intelligence. Short start here's something that will change how you think about your dog forever. Dogs bred to herd do not just follow movement, they read intention. When you are anxious, they feel it before you admit it. When you are sad, they do not wait for you to sit on the floor. They come to you. That's not coincidence. That's thousands of years of being selected for the ability to understand living beings without words. And when that instinct is pointed at you instead of livestock, the result is a dog that knows you. Not just loves you. Knows. But herding dogs also have a complexity. They can develop anxiety-driven loyalty, which looks like devotion but is actually distress. A dog that panics when you leave, that paces, that cannot self-regulate, that dog isn't just loyal. That dog is struggling. True loyalty behaviorally should be secure, not anxious. A truly loyal dog trusts that you'll come back. The distinction between secure attachment and anxious attachment is one of the most important things you can understand about dog behavior. And it affects how you should interpret what you think you are seeing. Moving higher in our ranking, companion-type dogs, the ones bred specifically to be close to humans over centuries of domestication, specifically for company. You might underestimate these dogs. People sometimes call them less serious, less driven, not working dogs. But from a pure loyalty behavior standpoint, they are extraordinary. Proximity-seeking, off the charts, they were literally bred to be close to people. Emotional attunement, remarkable. These dogs were not developed to do a job in a field. Their job was you. Every generation selected for the dogs that preferred human company, that thrived on human contact, that oriented their entire world around the people they lived with. That's not weakness. That's precision breeding for exactly the behavioral traits we are measuring. Their scores on stress consistency can vary, and some individuals struggle with size-related confidence gaps. But as a category, they belong much higher on this list than popular culture puts them. Now, as we approach the top of our ranking, we need to talk about something that the internet almost never gets right. The dogs that most people name when asked about loyalty. The ones with the legendary reputation, the movie hero narratives, the breed-specific mythology. They are genuinely remarkable. But here's the nuance that changes everything. Consistency across all 5 markers is what separates good from extraordinary. And some of those famously loyal dogs have a profile that's high on protection, high on bonding, but lower on what researchers call affiliative behavior, the soft expressions of closeness. They're loyal in a guarding sense. They're not always loyal in an attunement sense. That creates a lopsided score, and lopsided isn't the top. The dogs that score highest across all 5 markers, proximity, protection, attunement, stress consistency, and social referencing, tend to share a specific developmental characteristic. They were bred at the intersection of working function and domestic companionship. They had to be close enough to humans to take direction, sensitive enough to respond to human emotion, protective enough to be useful, and stable enough to hold that loyalty under pressure. That intersection is where the highest scoring loyalty profiles exist. Short start, most people think loyalty is about how much a dog loves you, but love and loyalty are not the same thing behaviorally. A dog can love you and still shut down when you need them most. True loyalty, the kind that scores high on every behavioral marker, is about consistency. It's about a dog who is present for you in the bathroom and at the door and in the middle of the night when something sounds wrong. That kind of loyalty isn't random. It's bred and shaped and earned. And when you find it, you'll know the difference immediately. Short end, so who's number 1? After scoring across all 5 behavioral loyalty markers. And this is the part that surprises almost everyone. The highest overall loyalty profile doesn't belong to a single famous breed with a dramatic reputation. It belongs to a type of dog that was developed to work alongside humans in close quarters, take constant direction, remain emotionally calibrated to their person through stress, and then come home and be a companion. Dogs that sit at the crossover between working utility and domestic partnership. In behavioral research, dogs with what's called a high human-directed attachment profile, which includes high social referencing, high proximity seeking, high responsiveness to human emotional cues, and low independent decision-making. Consistently outperform dogs with impressive individual traits that do not stack across all categories. And the specific type of dog that most consistently matches this full profile. It's the herding companion crossover. Dogs that carry the attunement of herding genetics and the proximity drive of companion genetics. When those two things align in the same dog, you get something that is genuinely, measurably, the most loyal behavioral profile we can document. But here's the thing I need you to hold on to after this video ends. Individual variation is massive. Breed tendencies are real, but they are starting points, not destiny. The most loyal dog in the world, behaviorally, is the one that has been shaped by a relationship with someone who showed up for them consistently. Because loyalty is not a one-way street in dogs. The research is clear on this. Dogs who experience secure, consistent, emotionally responsive human relationships develop stronger attachment behaviors than dogs from high-scoring breeds who were raised in unpredictable or isolated environments. Which means loyalty is not just something your dog gives to you. It's something you build together. And that's not a soft sentiment, that's behavioral science. The way you respond when your dog is afraid, the way you greet them after time apart, the way you read them when something's off, all of that shapes the neural pathways of attachment in your dog's brain. You are literally wiring loyalty every single day through the quality of your presence. When you understand that, the question stops being which breed is the most loyal and starts being something far more powerful. How loyal of a human am I to my dog? Because that answer determines more about your dog's behavioral loyalty than anything on this list. If this video made you look at your dog differently, good. That's exactly what it was designed to do. Because understanding the why behind your dog's behavior is how you go from guessing to actually knowing. If you want to go deeper on dog psychology and what's really driving the behaviors you see every day, the next video on this channel is exactly where you should go next. It picks up right where this one leaves off, the mechanics of how dogs form attachment and what you can do starting today to strengthen that bond. Not with a new trick, not with a new toy, with something that actually changes the relationship. Go watch it. You'll understand your dog in a way most people never do. Thanks for watching. If you loved this video, scan the QR code on the screen right now to subscribe and join the Pawsome Life family. Give your dog a belly rub for us, and we will see you in the next video.